The core is rotten, and I can behold the tide.
Hey everyone and welcome. In this video we're going to be having a look at the Russia-Ukraine latest updates that have been coming out. There's a few of them, but they are quite interesting, so I'll go through them. First up, you've got France have sent police officers to the Ukraine to probe the Russian war crimes. You noticed how they're saying Russian war crimes? Doesn't sound very proby, does it? Does it? Sounds like they've already made up their mind on that one. French police officers arrived in Ukraine this morning to help the countries investigate alleged Russian war crimes. That's better, alleged. After hundreds of civilian bodies were discovered in towns around Kiev, the French ambassador to Ukraine said. So obviously, if they're going to be impartial and actually probe, why would they call it a Russian war crime? Seems very biased, this, doesn't it? It seems like they're just going to confirm things they've already assumed. Next up, we've got Ericsson, as they suspend all Russian operations indefinitely. Now, they've actually said, in the light of recent events and the European Union sanctions, the company will now suspend its effective business with customers in Russia indefinitely. The company also added that it was engaging with customers and partners regarding the indefinite suspension of the affected business. The priority is to focus on the safety and well-being of Ericsson employees in Russia. Why would the employees in Russia be at jeopardy and safety? Why would they be at risk? Sounds like an excuse to me. Next up, we've got the Kremlin statement, as they've put a statement out in regards to the membership of Finland and Sweden to NATO. As they've said, it won't bring stability to Europe. Now, the Kremlin have said, we have repeatedly said that the alliance remains a tool geared towards confrontation, and its further expansion will not bring stability to the European continent. So they're actually saying if Finland and Sweden want to join NATO, it won't make any difference to the hostilities. In fact, it will probably exacerbate. Then we've got this. Pro-Russian forces in the Donetsk region from the Donetsk People's Republic have come out with a statement in regards to eastern Ukraine. Now, this is a Russian-backed breakaway Ukrainian region of Donetsk, and it's said it will intensify its battle against Ukrainian forces. Now, this is Denis Pushilin, as he's the head of the Donetsk People's Republic, the DPR. As he said, now the operation will be intensified. The more we delay, the more the civilian population simply suffers, being held hostage by the situation. We have identified areas where certain steps need to be accelerated. So we're looking at more escalation in the east. Then we've got this one, which is a very strange one. This is a bit of a clown world sort of scenario, everyone. Austrian MEP is going to Moscow to tell Putin the truth, a minister says. Austrian Chancellor Karl Nehammer is going to meet Vladimir Putin today and is meant to tell the Russian president the truth about the war in Ukraine. What can an Austrian MEP tell Putin about the war in the Ukraine when it's him taking part in it? What an absolute clown this man must be. I understand to go to try and ease the situation with diplomacy, you know, try and create peace, which is the end of all wars, to be honest. It always ends in a negotiation. Now, he's actually said it makes a difference to be face to face and tell him what the reality is, that this president has de facto lost the war morally. So he's going to go and tell him that he might as well give up because everyone don't like him for it. Do you think Putin cares about that, to be honest? It should be in his own interest, he said, that someone tells him the truth. And I think it is important, and we owe it to ourselves if we want to save human lives. So he's going to tell him he's wrong and then expect peace after it. You see what I mean about clown world? Absolute joke, isn't it? Now, Zielinski has come out recently and said about Mariupol that tens of thousands have likely been killed in Mariupol, which, let's all not forget, is the stronghold of Azov, which is, as we all know, the National Socialist element in the Ukraine. Zielinski said Mariupol has been destroyed. There are tens of thousands of dead, but even despite this, the Russians are not stopping their offensive. They did actually say they were going to denazify. How did they think they were going to do that, everyone? Think he was going to give them a stern talking to? Then we've got this idiocy. The EU are working on a possible oil embargo on Russia. Minister for Foreign Affairs Simon Coveney has said that the European Commission is working on details of an oil embargo on Russia as part of a possible next sanctions package. Because the other 5 sanction rounds have done exactly what they wanted, hasn't it, everyone? What did Einstein say about repeating the same things over and expecting a different result?
Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is? Insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change.
Yeah, exactly. Insanity. And then we've got the last story is this. Russia have claimed that they have destroyed S-300 missile launchers in Ukraine. These are anti-aircraft missile systems that have been supplied to the Ukraine by a European country. So they've actually managed to take out anti-aircraft missile systems, if you believe the fog of war. Obviously, this is all to be taken with a pinch of salt. It's come from the media and other places. I suggest you do your own research in regards to this, because no one's telling the truth. But I'd like to know your opinion. What do you think? Do you think it's going as planned for Russia? Do you think we're going to end up being forced into a situation we're not going to be able to get out of? Because I think that's more than likely at this point. But let me know what you think. Stay sane. See you on the next one.